Seated. Mr. Geigerich.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before you today on State versus Andre Walker, file 26 CR 719. We're here today for sentencing. The state of Ohio has had the opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report and is prepared to go forward. Thank you.
Mr. Botany.
Your Honor, with regard to sentencing, we would ask the court to consider the joint recommendation that's between the prosecutor and defense counsel for 5 years. And we're asking for any type of leniency regarding that. On a previous date, last time we were in court on June 22nd, defense counsel did file a affidavit of indigency with regard to the mandatory fine that is placed on the docket and has been filed accordingly. With that, with the incident matter in front of you, Mr. Walker does acknowledge that he has issues with drugs and substance abuse. He admits that he uses drugs to cope with his pain and trauma that he's experienced in his past, specifically the sudden death of his mother. His mother was his rock. With that respect, as well as his medical diagnosis that came sudden to him. With that, Your Honor, we're just asking for any leniency. With regard to Mr. Walker, he does have plans to participate in whatever program that is available to him in prison. He wants to turn this negative situation into a positive to help him maintain his sobriety as well as become, and when he gets out of prison, to have a better life for himself and his family. He understands that with regard to this incident matter in front of you today, that ultimately his actions not only affect himself, but do affect his family on the outside, as well as his friends. I know I submitted numerous character letters on his behalf with regard to family and friends that the court has in their possession. With that, I know he plans to try to achieve a CDL while he's in prison. That is a program that's being offered that he has looked into while he has been in the jail. He wants to take advantage of anything and anything that's available for him. With that, he previously worked for Liberty Labor as a temp agency. He was with them since November of 2025. Additionally, he did receive his GED. And ultimately, we're just asking that the court follows that joint recommendation. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Walker, what do you want to tell me?
Good morning, Your Honor. I just want to say that, first of all, I apologize for my actions. I take full accountability, sir. I have struggled with drugs a lot. My mother passed away. I know that's not, that's just, I have a lot of pain that I self-medicate. I know it's not the right thing to do, and I just take full accountability, sir. I'm looking forward to going to prison and changing, getting into some counseling, grief counseling, and whatever programs I can get to help me. I have a son. I have a 14-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old son. My son is just starting college. He goes to Wingate University on a track baseball scholarship. He's a good kid, and I just want to be there for my children. Using drugs has taken a lot from me and my family, and I apologize, and I just want to be a better person, sir, and I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Geigerich.
Thank you, Your Honor. State of Ohio would urge the court to accept the joint recommended 5-year mandatory sentence. Thank you.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the letters in support of Mr. Walker and considered all the provisions in the revised code. I will adopt the joint recommendation of counsel. I'm going to sentence you to a definite minimum of 5 years in prison with up to an indefinite maximum of 7.5 years. There's a presumption you should be released at the expiration of that 5 years, but it depended upon the criteria set forth by the Department of Corrections and their belief as to how you performed while you were incarcerated. If you are not released at that time, you are entitled to have a hearing to challenge the fact that they did not go along with that presumption. When you are released, you'll be on post-release control for at least 18 months up to 3 years under the parole authority with conditions. If you violate the conditions, they could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. If your violation is a new felony, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation, the maximum of which is the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. There is a mandatory fine which will be waived due to your indigency pursuant to the affidavit that was previously filed. Whatever is subject to forfeiture is forfeited to the state. Is there anything else, Mr. Geigrich?
He does have credit for 77 days.
Credit for 77 days. Anything else, Ms. Novotny?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, Mr.
Your
Walker.
Honor, can I ask about this, when I'm in prison and I do my programming, will I be able to get earned credit for my, what I do while I'm in prison?
For what?
Like, just my treatment or my programming,
Earn credit for what?
like, off my sentence.
Well, it's a mandatory sentence, so you're stuck with that 5 years.
Well, could I cite a case that I came across that said?
I'll let you talk to Ms. Novotny about that. Okay?
All right.